Hello and welcome back to another episode of LTV News. We're excited to be back with another episode and we can't wait to share all that's happening on and off campus. Stay tuned for all the latest updates and stories.
And for all the latest updates beyond campus, we'll bring you more updates about the Lambda Charity Run, a kitchen that helps chefs develop their skills, and a heartwarming story of a dog who was rescued from a body of water in Arizona.
Welcome to LaSalle TV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney to Philadelphia and beyond. My name is Mike Adradis, and I'm excited to be back for another episode of LaSalle TV News as your co-host. It's exciting to report all the latest from LaSalle, Philly, and the world. I can't wait to dive into these stories and updates we have lined up for you.
And I'm Nathan Gray, your other co-host, and you're watching LTV News, LaSalle TV's go-to source for all things LaSalle, Philadelphia, and the world. We've got a lot to cover in the next half hour, so stick around for some fun and interesting stories you won't want to miss. Let's jump right in.
LaSalle University School of Nursing and Health of Sciences has announced impressive achievements in nursing education, highlighted by a 94.2% first-time pass rate on the NCLEX exam, surpassing both state and national averages. This marks the sixth time in 7 years that LaSalle's nursing students have achieved a pass rate over 94%. In addition, the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education has granted a 10-year accreditation extension for the school's master's programs, which include various nurse practitioner specialties. This accreditation is effective from March 2024 through December 2034. The accomplishments reflect the dedication of both students and faculty and the rigorous preparation provided throughout the nursing curriculum. LaSalle's nursing graduates also boost a 100% job placement rate following graduation, underscoring the program's commitment to student success.
LaSalle University alumni Siani Butler has launched the Northwest Philly Technical Assistance Program to combat gun violence in the Northeast Philadelphia. Funded by the CDC, this initiative provides local organizations with essential resources and consulting to enhance their anti-violent efforts. 11 organizations, including Men Who Care of Germantown, are participating, receiving customized workshops from LaSalle faculty and stipends for their initiatives. The program emphasizes co-design, allowing groups to determine workshop topics. Recent mixers have connected nonprofit leaders with funders and stakeholders, fostering collaboration and actionable strategies as the program continues. LaSalle students will provide additional consulting support to strengthen these community-driven efforts against gun violence.
The Sigma Phi Lambda fraternity at LaSalle University hosted its 15th annual Sig 5K race on November 2nd, drawing together the university community, family, friends, and alumni to support LaSalle Academy students in Kensington, Philadelphia. The event aimed to provide educational opportunities for those in need, empowering young children to pursue their dreams. This year's race featured President Daniel J. Allen as the first runner to kick off the event. Sigma Phi Lambda has successfully raised over $10,000 for LaSalle Academy, demonstrating the fraternity's commitment to enhancing education and fostering potential within the community. LaSalle is a special program that provides students with autism and developmental disabilities the appropriate educational resources. Reporter Patrick O'Hara talked to those at the Ladder Family Center to give use this insight into the program. Take a look.
The Ladder program started actually with two individuals, Mr. Bob Mack, former principal of the Widener Memorial School, and then Dr. Carol Petrallo, who is professor here at LaSalle. We help folks with neurodiverse needs, both here on campus, the community, and the Widener Memorial School. All our programs are based on the individual needs of those folks. So we try to ask them what is needed, ask the parents of the after-school program what they might need. For the children, it's a matter of being supportive to them, both with peers here at LaSalle and on the community. We've continued to do the same programs of supporting the students here on campus through a program called Passport. We've had student leaders, and they've been phenomenal, and working with all the other students who may have neurodiverse needs. We'll have lunches, we'll have gatherings. We've gone out in the community with them. They've been really extremely supportive to help out those students to meet their specific needs they might have.
What I can speak to about Ladder is the very warm and welcoming environment that it provides. Anytime I see the families that they serve walking through and gathering together, there's laughter, and you can tell that there's a lot of joy, and everyone is just relieved to be in such a welcoming space where they can get their needs met, which is really cool to see.
So if students, they're available and interested, they can always email me, scanlonj@LaSalle. I always tell even our student workers here that they're number one, they're students number one, but if they can come and spend some time with us and help share their gift, help others.
Salle University is gearing up for Homecoming Weekend, a cherished tradition that invites all explorers to return to campus and celebrate their experiences here on campus. From November 7th to November 10th, attendees can enjoy a variety of events, including the Homecoming tent on the quad and a young alumni happy hour highlighting the festivities. The men's basketball team will take on Lafayette in the new Glacier Arena on Saturday, November 9th at 3:30 p.m., while the women's team will face Delaware at 12 p.m. Homecoming Weekend is an opportunity to reminisce, reconnect with lifelong friends, and embrace the spirit of LaSalle.
On Friday, November 8th, 2024, LaSalle University will host an award ceremony in the Union Ballroom to honor Stash Graham, a distinguished alumnus and men's soccer player, as he is inducted into the Hall of Athletes. The event will begin with cocktails at 6 o'clock p.m., followed by award presentations at 7 o'clock p.m., and a reception afterward. Graham will receive the John J. Finley Class of 1924 Award in recognition of his dedication and support for LaSalle University. This celebration highlights the achievements of alumni and their ongoing contributions to the university community.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll return with election tips and local news. Stay with us.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agree, the scammers are out of control.
Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to cisa.gov/secure-our-world.
Did you know that listening to music, enjoying art, or simply holding hands can boost your cognition? Like me, you want to maintain brain health for as long as possible. I'm Kevin Jameson, President of the Dementia Society of America. Please request our free guide filled with 10 building blocks to better brain health, care planning, and facts about dementia. Visit our website at 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call us at 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live life to the fullest, and our free guide.
Welcome back to LTV News. In a special show crossover interview, LaSalle TV's Exploring Politics host Peter Rapp sits down with MJ Griffin from the LaSalle student group Democracy Matters. The two discuss what the group has been doing to help students get registered to vote and why young adults are so important to civic engagement.
Hello and welcome to a special election crossover. I am Peter Rapp, the host of LaSalle TV's Exploring Politics, bringing LTV news and a special election update. I'm here with MJ Griffin. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Madison Griffin. I am a senior economics major and also the president of Democracy Matters here on campus.
Thank you. Would you like to tell the audience a little more about your organization?
Absolutely. So Democracy Matters was first chartered on LaSalle's campus about a year ago by myself and a few other students. And we work to get students civically engaged. And what that looks like is getting people to work the polls, getting people out to vote, getting people to register to vote. It can mean a bunch of different things, and it can mean different things to everybody. We host events, specifically tabling events. We did an ice cream social, which was really fun if you came out. 10 out of 10, would recommend. And then on top of it, our big things are getting big money out of politics and making sure our elections are free and fair, one man, one vote.
That's a very important organization to have here on campus for students to get involved in politics, to learn how much their vote matters and how much they can do as an individual. You are also going to be working this upcoming election. Could you go into a little bit of detail about what you're going to do?
Absolutely. So I am the judge of elections for the 63rd Ward 3rd Division up in Fox Chase. And do you know much about how elections are run behind the scenes?
Tell it to me like I'm in 4th grade.
It's all right. Nobody does. It's all good. It's very much a don't look at the man behind the curtain thing. Mm-hmm. So there's 5 people when you walk into a county election office. There is the minority inspector, the majority inspector, the clerk, the machine inspector, and then the judge of elections. That's me. How could I forget? The majority and the minority are the people who are signing you into the poll books. Mm-hmm. The clerk, if you ever see somebody scribbling notes on a writing pad, that's the clerk. The machine inspector is the guy who's going to help you get into the machines, put the ballot in, help you with all the buttons and stuff. The judge of elections is the person who sits in the corner and watches everything. And what that job entails is making sure everything runs smoothly. If there is a complaint, if there is a provisional ballot, if there is anything that needs to be signed, if there's anything that needs to be spoiled, canceled, you name it, anything that goes wrong, it's on me.
Wow, well that's a pretty important job then. Yeah. Come with a lot of stress, I imagine?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, you don't do the job for nothing. You don't just take on all that stress for nothing. Yeah. You do it because, also why you founded Democracy Matters. Voting is very important to the political process of our country and for the people in it. So could you tell the audience a little about your key reasons why voting is important and why they should be out tomorrow?
Where do I begin? My goodness. So voting is one of the most important things you can do for yourself and for your country. We are at a point in time where this election will probably be one of the most consequential for the next few decades, to be honest. And Pennsylvania is the deciding factor. Every president who has won an election in the past recent elections has won Pennsylvania. It is a clear factor. On top of that, voting is incredibly important to make sure you get the change you want to see. If you don't vote, you can't make change. Mm-hmm. And on top of all of that, if you don't value your political engagement, you let go of something that is integral to being an American, in my opinion. Yeah. We are a group of people who fought for the right to vote, to have everybody have a say in our government. Mm-hmm. And I think it's incredibly important for people to get out and vote. November 5th, big day.
Yeah, be sure to get out and vote on November 5th. Now, there are a lot of different ways that people can mess up their ballot. Yes. Or have their vote be tossed away so it doesn't end up mattering. Either they fill out something incorrectly or they fail to register, which unfortunately the point to register has already passed. But are there any little tips or tricks as a judge of election fairness that you have to help people make sure they don't get their vote canceled out?
Absolutely. First and foremost, if you have a mail-in ballot and you do not want to send it in and you would like to go and vote in person, you need to bring that mail-in ballot with you. If not, you will be given a provisional ballot. A provisional ballot is a ballot. It still counts. It's more like it just gets counted last to verify that you haven't already voted by mail. So if you vote by mail and don't want to do that anymore and want to vote on the machines, you have to bring your provisional ballot with you. If you choose to vote by mail, make sure that you put the ballot itself in the double secrecy envelope. So there's going to be 2 envelopes that you get. One is inside of the other. You need to make sure that you mark and seal both envelopes or that ballot will not count. If you are in the actual polling place itself and you need to spoil a ballot, make sure you do not cast it. It's very easy to mess those things up. So get the machine inspector, ask them for help. The judge will spoil the ballot and we will print you a new one so you can vote on the machines again. If you have to vote provisionally, you will be given a tracking number so you can track your ballot. It's very important to realize provisional ballots are still ballots. This is something I hear a lot, is that they don't count this, that, the third. Provisional ballots are incredibly important. If you get one, you are still voting. So make sure you mark everything correctly. If it says date of birth, put your date of birth. If it says anything like judge of election signature, don't sign it. That's my job. So on and so forth. So those are the things I would say you have to be careful of.
Got it. And now, are there, this upcoming election is going to be very contested. There is a lot of anxiety going into this from all sides, a lot of threats coming from different groups to the safety of people going to vote. And I think that it's very important that you don't let people intimidate you out of voting.
Yes.
But with that, having respect for that, it's also important to keep track of your safety and make sure that you are being safe when you are going to vote. Do you have any tips or tricks to try to keep yourself safe while going to vote?
So for the regular voter, something that should be noted is you cannot bring any weapons inside of a polling place whatsoever. You can't bring, even though it might be personal protection, even though there are rights and rules around that, you cannot bring a weapon into a polling place.
Of course, yeah.
I can speak on behalf of election workers. A lot of us are very afraid for our safety.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that has come up in conversation with myself and the people I work with. But as a voter, my biggest thing would be maintain your privacy. You do not ever have to tell anybody who you voted for. That is between you and the ballot. You never have to reveal who you voted for. You can't check who somebody voted for. Voting records are public information.
Yeah.
You can see when somebody voted, you can see what party they are, you can see which elections they've skipped, which elections they haven't. You can never find out what somebody voted for. So keeping your privacy to yourself, I think, would be one way to protect yourself during this election. So.
All right, well, yeah, thank you. I think that we have, well covered the importance of going out to vote this election, how you can do it, and most importantly, how you can do it safely with respect to your safety and your family and your whole community.
Yeah.
So everyone out there, please be sure to get out there and vote on November 5th. Thank you for having us on LTV News. Back to the hosts.
A coalition of Philadelphia mural artists is making a powerful statement about the importance of voting ahead of the 2024 presidential election. Their exhibit, titled quote, "To the polls," end quote, has transformed Love Park into a vibrant display that encourages passersby to engage in the electoral process. Curated by Conrad Benner, known for his work with Mural Arts Philadelphia, the exhibit features limited-time murals that will remain on display through Election Day, November 5th, 2024. This initiative builds on the legacy of the city's first permanent voting mural, Legacy in Bloom. Created by artist Ty Corriente, the program aims to spark curiosity and inspire citizens to make their voices heard in the upcoming election.
Artist Tyrese Gold Jacinto is showcasing the spirit of indigenous people through her intricate gourd artwork in a limited-time exhibit at Saucon University. Titled Indigenous Approaches, Sustainable Futures, this exhibit features 25 artists and is integrated into the university's curriculum with workshops, docent tours, and panel presentations. Marina Smith, Associate Professor of Visual Arts, emphasized the gallery's role as an extended academic space. Recently, Jacinto delivered a lecture to students on the interpretation of masks in indigenous cultures and their relevance today. The exhibit will celebrate its closing ceremony on November 12th and remains open to the public until November 17th.
The Cathedral Kitchen in Camden, New Jersey, is not only providing fresh meals to those in need, but also offering a fresh start to aspiring chefs through its free culinary arts training program. Chef Hector Feliciano, a former participant, emphasizes the program's role in transforming lives and contributing positively to the community. The kitchen serves as a dual-purpose space where feeding the hungry goes hand in hand with fostering culinary talent. On November 7th, 2024, Cathedral Kitchen will host its upcoming event, Harvest for Hunger, at Lucian's Ballroom, highlighting its community activism beyond the kitchen. For more information about the Culinary Arts Program and the event, visit the Cathedral Kitchen's website. Food insecurity can affect anyone, including college students. LaSalle is doing something to help those on campus who are struggling for resources. Reporters Liv Funk and Joe James toured LaSalle's student food pantry called The Basket.
Fundamental to being able to nourish yourself is to be able to get food. So I'm teaching people about how to tell other folks about ways that they can make healthy choices for themselves. But they need to also be able to tell people, and here's where you can actually get the food. So I'm very passionate about that. You gotta feed people if you're going to talk to them about nutrition. When I realized after the college surveys that went out starting in about 2018 or so, that students and colleges are more food insecure by far than the general population. I said, oh my gosh, I'm right here, I'm teaching nutrition. My own students probably don't have enough to eat. This year, we have two what I call fueling stations. They're outposts of the basket. One's in the library, in the student lounge. The other one is in the TrueMark Center, which is mainly for the athletes. However, there are multiple baskets on campus. There is a smaller basket in College Hall. I think it's going to be expanding into the Union pretty soon, make it a little more accessible. We'd like to be a service to the LaSalle community. So any student who in the moment wants to get some food, we're here. It's still my passion project, because it's as I said.
Great story, Liv and Joe. Thanks for that. We have to take another break, but don't go anywhere. LTV News will be right back.
Of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Dear University of...
Thank you for your offer
to become student ID number 283471.
While I appreciate your desire
for my impeccable academic record,
I must decline the opportunity
to get a generic degree.
I've decided to tell my story.
To be a student,
not a statistic.
I wish you good luck in the future
as I embark on mine.
Welcome back. Archaeologists in Dorset, England, has discovered a 3,000-year-old wooden spade, one of the oldest and most complete tools of its kind in the UK. Unearthed during the Moors at Arne project at Poole Harbour, the oak spade dates to the Bronze Age and was likely essential for navigating the area's challenging landscape, which helped preserve it. Ed Treasure from Wessex Archaeology emphasized the significance of the find, as radiocarbon dating confirms its age at approximately 3,500 to 3,400 years old. Crafting from a single piece of oak, The spade reflects the skill and effort of Bronze Age workers, making it a valuable artifact.
A dog was rescued after being found floating in an Arizona canal on a submerged shopping cart, with no clear indication of how long she had been stranded. Passers-by alerted the Humane Society when they spotted the Chihuahua mix in distress in Phoenix. An emergency animal technician, aided by the city's fire department, successfully pulled the dog to safety using a ladder and a rake. Named Dorothea, the senior dog was assessed in the AHS pet ambulance and found to be dehydrated, hungry, and infested with ticks. After veterinary examination revealed only minor injuries, Dorothea has since found home with a new family in Youngton, Arizona.
A unique opportunity for Beatles fans has arisen to bid on the recording console used for Abbey Road. The EMI TG 12345 console, designed as a prototype for the album, was stored after the Beatles finished using it. 5 years ago, former collaborator Brian Gibson restored it, retaining about 70% of the original. Dave Harries, who participated in numerous Beatles sessions, highlighted the console's role in creating the album's distinctive sound. While it recorded only the full Beatles project, all 4 members later used it for solo work, including John Lennon's Instant Karma and Paul McCartney's McCartney. That's a wrap for today's episode of LTV News. I'm Mike Gudradis, and I appreciate you joining us today. Stay tuned for more stories that matter to our community. Until next time, take care.
And that's all for today, for this episode of LTV News. I'm Nathan Gray, and I'm glad you could join us. Be sure to catch us next time for more important stories from our community. Until then, stay safe.